Hi everyone, let's talk about Fallout Shelter, which I just did a full two-player playthrough for. If you're wondering about how you play the game and want to see it all laid out, the playthrough is all there and the best way of finding out if you'd be interested in it or not. So, what do I think of it? And its lovely little tin lunchbox thing. Sadly, the handle is just printed on. You can't use it. I enjoyed the app when it came out, the mobile game, about, trying to fill your shelter with different rooms, get different people in, and give them jobs and things. And I think that the board game does a great job of, distilling that. It's got to abstract out certain things, but it does a good job at getting the feel of Fallout Shelter across. Definitely one of the problems I had with the big Fallout game was that, certain major things in that game kind of went against what I got from the video games. But I think that Shelter, got to not touch the box to have that clank all the time. Fallout Shelter does a really good job of it. So it's definitely a lighter, a more casual worker placement game in the sense that it's got. It's the worker placement spots are quite small to begin with, and they're going to develop as you go on. But there aren't that many different things that you can do. There's definitely different combinations between those things, between being able to heal your dwellers and level them up, rather than going to different places, somewhere that's going to produce a lot more of element than other places. Water's usually quite sparse, but that water purification place can get you loads. It's got a nice little system of the leveling up where you will get double the reward for going to a certain space, but the timing could be everything. Other people can spot that and go there before you and block it off for the round, because only one person can go to each spot. It's got a lot of it is the rooms that are going to come out, the items that you can get, the threats that you'll face are all just from decks of cards, and the fighting that takes place with those threats as well is all just on dice, and it's an advantage for keeping it simple. What do you need to know about fighting? Roll a dice and beat this number, and there are going to be items somewhere in the deck that are going to improve your fighting. Obviously, there have been games that we played where those items just don't come out, or just one comes out and one person gets them, and that can be a pretty big advantage if there's only one person getting to fight with those things, because they can be quite lucrative points-wise. But it's not to say that's the only avenue. Going for building and utilising the action spaces is really effective as well. But whether threats even appear on your floor and is a random element as well. It's dice rolling at the start of the round, and while it's it's a bad thing during the game because it's blocking off action spaces that you have access to. You aren't limited to just your floor. There's the general floor on top, and you can go to anybody's things and they get a little advantage if somebody else uses your room, which is a nice little bonus. But the number of threats can really spiral out of control, especially if you've just got a few rooms and they all get flooded with threats just because of the way that it's gone, and you aren't really equipped to deal with them. And especially if it's the really difficult threats like the Deathclaw and stuff, the ones that need 9s and the Raiders that are really tough to beat, and you just haven't to see any items yet. There are ways to clear out the item display and stuff, but luck is going to have a big factor in it. And it's not a huge kind of negative about the game. It's something that, I would rather not be there for my taste. But I think in its kind of aim to be this replica of the video game, and to, it will be a nice introduction as well, that, players of all skill levels can be on a more equal footing, because you can have as much experience as you like. The random elements are going to balance that out, and it just depends what your thing is, really. It's got the same as the big Fallout board game. It's got all of the art there. It's got really nice components. All of the little dwellers are different poses and costumes of the Pip-Boy. What you would get in your traits and things in the main Fallout game. That's a nice element of it as well. And just a nice little fun, lighter worker placement game. But hey, the playthrough will give you the best idea of whether or not you would be interested in it. I'm going to go and film another one now. Bye everyone.